Hello, it's me. So, shout out to Sky News for their coverage. Trump announces massive Venezuela oil shipment to the US as tensions grow, etc., 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 etc. So, shall we?
Love that song, but we gotta get to business. The commander-in-chief still reveling in the ousting of the Venezuelan president.
It was an amazing military feat that took place.
And he's wasting no time in capitalizing on it, later claiming online that Venezuela would be turning over between 30 and 50 million barrels of oil to be sold, with the money controlled by him, he said, to benefit Venezuela and the United States. Buoyed by the military operation in Caracas, Donald Trump has turned his attention to Greenland, the White House confirming that the president and his team are discussing how to acquire it, and that utilizing the US military to achieve that is always an option, they say. In a joint statement, America's European allies pointed out that the Kingdom of Denmark, including Greenland, is part of NATO. Greenland belongs to its people, they added, and it's for them only to decide matters.
NATO would lose its meaning if there were conflicts or aggressive steps within the pact. We are very keen to ensure that any disputes or discussions are resolved through friendly dialogue between NATO members.
Trump's audience didn't hear anything new on domestic policy, the economy or healthcare, but he did exude confidence. Donald Trump was addressing Republican members of Congress at the start of this midterm election year, but some of those attending the retreat fear the president is in retreat from his America First policy, focusing too much on foreign affairs. He knows, though, that his greatest battle yet could be at the polls in November.
You got to win the midterms, because if we don't win the midterms, it's just going to be, they'll find a reason to impeach me. I'll get impeached.
So, America is looking at Greenland. We need Greenland. We want Greenland. And we're going to get Greenland. That seems to be the message from Trump and the administration. But surely Greenland has a say in this. With all the various news articles being propounded by the various news agencies, it seems as though many of them are missing intentionally the actual point of this. Trump may be many things, but he's not a complete idiot. And when it comes to his survival, politically and professionally, he's pretty switched on. In the news article we just saw, they said Trump appears to be abandoning his America First intentions, concentrating too far overseas. Overseas meddling by Trump is America First. Just not blue-collar America First, which was ostensibly how he won his second term. But back to the geopolitical situation. Trump, I think, intends to weaken NATO. He intends to inflict a mortal wound upon it. NATO is not entirely the force for good that it purports to be. It's done many shady things, just like America has, in order to secure itself against undue influence. But here's the problem that NATO has. This is America. Trump is fond of reminding us all the time, America has the greatest military in the world, with the best kit, the most incredible technology. When talking about the operation to apprehend Maduro recently, he almost let slip during his casual remarks that they have a capability that switched everything off. So his boasts of a technologically advanced military force aren't without merit. They are incredibly advanced. America, as I've stated previously in quite a few videos, is a warring nation. How many other nations can say that? America has the experience and expertise that many other nations don't have, and Trump knows this. What they did is a warning, a signal, a message being sent out. What is it he's fond of saying? FAFO? He's not wrong. NATO will be left with no choice other than to stand by as its toys are taken away from it one by one. What are their options? Diplomacy won't do anything with Trump in charge of the US. He's set out his stall. He's made his direction clear. And not only is he saving America, in a very real sense, he's saving himself. NATO is Europe's big stick. And it has done everything it can to grow itself as an international power. But Europe increasingly appears governed by unelected individuals, with private interests having more power than they've ever had previously. So much so, there are many politicians who appear fully in service of NGOs. But Europe is a basket full of cats, about to be thrown in the river. And increasingly, as things move forward, we're going to see NATO and Europe fall apart. And I don't think that's a bad thing. Elon Musk posted recently that he thinks many European countries should have their sovereignty restored and not governed by the centralised power base that Europe currently has. Here in the UK, we've got the Liberal Left Labour Party of Keir Starmer trying desperately to shoehorn us back in to the European Union after we voted to leave. Full transparency, I actually voted to stay. But that was with the information that I had at the time and not with the information that I have now. Would I vote the same way again? Probably not. And that hurts me because my parents were immigrants who came to the UK legally. They contributed to the country financially. And both my parents were grateful to the UK for the life it gave them and us, their children. I think what President Trump is doing, and I'll say it just so there's no doubt, I'm not really a fan of Trump. I think what he's doing is necessary for the world. We have been led globally down a path which has seen large power bases spring up, which are untouchable by any normal means. And Trump knows he's in a position, as I've already said, to not only save America, but to save himself. Do let me know what you think in the comments below. Do like, subscribe and share, because every like and share does increase the channel's profile and gets us to more people. So, until next time, do look after yourselves.